Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with today's tech guest, but first we want to thank our partners, the Florida Coaches Coalition, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, We Coach, and the Global Community of Women in High School Sports. You've heard me say many times, these are four great organizations that you should really have in your network. And now, don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for the next 3 minutes. We're going to give our sponsors a shout out. These are all companies that I used as an athletic director. I think you should be using them too. Here we go. We want to say thanks to Gipper for their support of the podcast. Gipper is the official social media graphic solution for us. And if you go to Gipper.com, their team is going to help you to create world-class marketing content for your school's social media channel. It's going to help you celebrate your teams, promote your program. Gipper is used and trusted by over 3,000 athletic programs across the country. It's professional graphic design made simple. Mention the podcast, you'll get a nice discount. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. Go to Huddle.com and change the way you see the game. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure our school was a Huddle school, and our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided that helped them coach our kids up to their highest level. Go to Huddle.com, join the 8 million users, and turn your school into a Huddle school. That's Huddle.com. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards or your school's Hall of Fame, or simply showcase your school's diverse history and your proudest moments, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their interactive touchscreen video consoles. It's a great way to tell your school's story and bring your school's legacy to life. Mention the podcast, guess what? They'll give you a nice discount too. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We want to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is the official social media and state association platform for us. It's also your one-stop platform for scheduling, student athlete eligibility and clearance, and a whole lot more. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every single day, and it was just great. You're going to love it too. To get started, all you have to do is go to homecampus.com. That's homecampus.com. We want to thank Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo to see their score tables and their score boards in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to their website, mention you heard it on the podcast, sidelineinteractive.com. We'd also like to thank Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. I don't think I need to say anything more. Go to hometownticketing.com. It's digital ticketing that offers more support, more security, more customization. The team at Hometown Ticketing is going to be there to help you make the best solution in online ticketing. Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. We also want to thank our friends at Snap Mobile. Go to snapraise.com. Are you tired of spending hours and days and weeks with fundraisers that give you little, if any, return? Go to snapraise.com. It's hands down the best online fundraising platform out there. We used it at my schools with great success. You're going to love it too. It works. You also are automatically entered into a $1,500 drawing on your next Snap Raise fundraising program. Snapraise.com. Check it out today. And we want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic directors already hear back from the complainers, that small group that wants to gripe about everything. Athletic Surveys will create a custom survey for your school that's going to connect you with the complainers, but it's also going to connect you with the 98% that support your program. That's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking with a frustrated parent or your principal or your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them create that survey for you and let you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. athleticsurveys.com. Check them out today. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. Regular listeners know that we frequently have athletic directors or folks from the world of athletic tech on to talk about a program or a new feature. And we're excited today, or at least I'm excited today. You better be too. Our guest today is Jordan Edgett. Jordan is with a company now called Q, C-U-E. And long story short, he reached out to me. I saw the product and I said, this is pretty cool. I think we should have it on Tech Tuesday. So, Jordan, welcome. And what do you have for our listeners today?
I appreciate you having me. You know what? I used to be an athletic director and never thought that I would be sitting here on a podcast with you talking about fan engagement. The products that we have, never thought I would be talking about them at the high school level. So it's really cool to see that, there are offerings for students and for athletic directors out there.
Well, you and I were talking before we came on, and again, the theme today is fan engagement, which is something that, again, you and I mentioned this from high school athletic directors in small towns, all the way up to ESPN. Fan engagement is kind of where it's at. Trying to put, people in the seats or get views or clicks or things. So, once again, thanks for coming on. And what is Q? How can it help the athletic directors that's listening right now?
Yeah, like you said, fan engagement, right? We're in the day of age where people have information at their fingertips. We're used to being on our phones. We're used to finding new solutions to kind of fill up our time, right? And that's something that ADs are now dealing with and managing and finding creative ways to engage their fans so that they're having an experience at whatever venue, whether being for a football game for the fall, wrestling tournament for the winter, just finding ways to entertain folks at those games. For me personally, as an athletic director, especially after COVID, it was difficult to get kids back to venues, events, engage them in certain ways. The numbers were certainly down from an attendance standpoint. So I know that athletic directors, principals out there are trying to find new ways to get kids at games, to get kids at different events. So I'm really excited that we have our big ticket item is our light shows. So we've been around since 2017, big in the professional sports space, collegiate sports, music festivals, corporate events, things like that. But there's been so many inquiries at the high school level for products like this. Like there is a significant need for coaches and for athletic directors to provide a light show, trivia mania, post up, these fan engagement products that are fan favorites for student athletes and for parents and fans alike, where they can hop on their phone through a QR code and play certain games, interact with members of their community in different ways.
Yeah. Again, you mentioned light show, and I know we're on a podcast and this will go up on YouTube eventually, but can you describe, well, first of all, let's go and, we'll say that for the end. I don't want them going to the website too soon. Can you describe some of the features of Q that they just can't see in a podcast, but sort of make them curious enough to go see it on the website?
Yeah, so our light shows are smartphone based. So no bracelets. You don't have to sell any bracelets. You don't have to buy any bracelets. It's all smartphone based. So whether through your school's app or through the Q Live app, it takes 3 minutes for an administrator or coach to add in the on-screen content. So think logo, tying in sponsors if you want to tie in a sponsor. But other than that, like the light shows are already programmed and ready to go. The students, the fans just hold up their smartphone and it automatically syncs, creating a pretty cool experience. If you've watched any Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night football games this fall, we've been in pretty much all of those games for pre-games. So think introductions where fans that are in the stadium will hold up their phone and it syncs up throughout the stadium. It's really, really, really cool to see when you have all the fans participating.
And again, I can attest to that because I did go to the website. I looked at the features, and that was really what struck me initially. There's also some other features of Q. What are some of the features that you can tell us about now to, again, encourage the athletic director who's listening to go to the website?
So the light show is certainly our biggest product, especially at the high school space. It's been really cool to see this fall. Think obviously athletics, where football is the big fall sport for introductions, volleyball, soccer. as students are entering the field, for playoffs as well. Pep rallies have been huge for us with light shows. Talk about bringing the energy to your pep rallies when you have all the students in one venue. Freshman orientation, holiday events, graduation events coming up this spring, you name it. So it's not just athletics that light shows are in. There's been some creative ways that schools have utilized the light shows. Any event that students are at, light shows are a hit, super popular. The other products and features that we do have that are taking the high school world by storm are Trivia Mania and Post Up. Trivia Mania, exactly what it sounds like, right? We provide a platform for schools to ask students questions during games, at events, give prizes, tie in local sponsors, utilize the video board if you have a video board at your stadium or in any of your gymnasiums. Great ways to actually utilize your video board to the fullest. Post Up, again, it's another QR code product that it's like a social media platform for the school where they can fans and students can upload content that can get approved by an administrator and shared. And it's like, hey, what's the daily life of a student like, or what's it like to be at an event or in a game, and just share that content with your community. And again, a great way to utilize your video board. That's just that expensive video board that's just been sitting there waiting to be utilized. Tie in local sponsors, engage your fans. It's now in the high school space.
Let me go and ask a couple questions. Again, obviously the light show feature, which was cool enough for me to, get on the program. So ADs definitely check it out. Trivia and the Post Up. Let's say you're an AD, smaller school, medium-sized school. You just don't have it in your budget to do that video board in your gym or on your field. Can you still use those features just, let's say, through, and this is me rambling here, just on the cell phone or maybe with a PA announcer? How might that work?
Yeah, we actually do, through the light show, we do have free basic features of both Post Up and Trivia. So your free versions of our selfie cam, where right after that light show, students who participated will be able to take a selfie with the school's banners and logos and post it up on social media with the hashtag. They'll be able to answer any questions, any trivia, any polling that if you participate, or if you win that trivia, you can be rewarded with a prize.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah. Cause I know that would be a question, for some schools. Those are great and we love them, but some schools just might not have that in the budget. Let's go ahead and do the big reveal. If one of our listeners wants to find out more, wants to connect with you and ask you some more questions, how do they do that?
Yeah, so our website is connectwithq.com. So connect and then with, and then QCUE. So connectwithq.com. And my email is jordan@connectwithq.com as well. So super easy to find more about our products on the website, as well as I'd be happy to meet and show everyone how it works and how simple it is. And as a former AD, I know every AD, administrator, coach has a lot on their plate. And they could be thinking, hey, like, I can't add anything else to my plate, right? I get so much that I'm already juggling. The great thing with these fan engagement products is it doesn't really add anything to your plate. You're talking about 3 minutes of creating a light show and just playing that song just like you normally play a song in pregame. So certainly excited about getting that word out and having the conversation with more ADs and bringing some energy to these events and finding creative ways to get more students at events.
That's a great point. AD's got a ton of things on their plate, but for anybody that's listening right now, I guarantee that you've got an assistant coach or maybe even a head coach that's looking to, stretch a little bit, flex their assistant AD muscles. Let them have an opportunity to do this for you. And even if you don't have that coach, I will double guarantee that you've got some student athletes or just some students that are sports fans, sports geeks. They might not even be on a team, but you give them this opportunity. Obviously, there's going to be oversight by you, that these student-led programs like this can really take off in a big, big way for you and your school. Jordan, are you guys going to be down at NADC in Orlando next month?
We'll be there. I unfortunately can't make it myself, but our team will be there. Yep.
All right. Well, we'll tell people when you show up at the Q booth, say, hey, where's Jordan at? Okay. We want to talk to Jordan. Hey. One more time, let's go ahead and give out the website and the contact information. And ADs, I've seen it online. Just the cell phone light show feature. You're going to say, I want this. But the other features, I think, could be a great addition to your program. How do they find out more?
Yeah, I mean, going on YouTube and checking out some of the videos that are out there is a great way to say, okay, this is really cool product, and I can't believe it's at the high school level. So just going on YouTube and checking those videos out, you can really get a sense of what that energy can bring for sure.
Show those videos to your principal, your superintendent, to a potential sponsor in your community, and that they can be the official sponsor of, your school's light show. So a lot of different ways to work this. Again, what's the contact information? I cut you off.
Connectwithq.com. And then my email is jordan@connectwithq.com.
Jordan, thanks again for coming on today. I know it's an incredibly busy time for you, with trade shows and things, but anything that's going to help athletic directors and their program, I am always in favor of. All the best moving forward, and let's make plans, maybe to get you back on Tech Tuesday sometime in 2024.
Sounds great, Jake. Appreciate your time.
For listeners, we do this every single week, and we do upload the Zoom videos to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, we appreciate your support and listening. Come back next Tuesday for another great tech tip, and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. I'm telling you, you got to go to YouTube, go to the Q website, check out those videos. Very, very cool stuff. You're really going to like it. Before we go, let's go and acknowledge our sponsors one more time, because these are all companies I used as an athletic director, and I think you should be using them too. Home Campus, from student athlete clearance and eligibility to tracking your coaches to helping parents upload documents directly. Go to homecampus.com. You're going to love it. Speaking of home, Hometown Ticketing is the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Do I need to say anything more? Go to hometownticketing.com. Start selling tickets to your events online. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Probably the best purchase I ever made as an AD was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. To find out more about their great products. We want to thank Gipper. Your kids are on social media, and if you're not, you're missing out on a great opportunity to promote your teams, your program, and your student athletes. Go to Gipper.com. They're going to show you how to do it. It's so easy, even I can do it. That's Gipper.com. We also want to thank Snap Mobile. Snap Mobile is the parent company. Snap Raise is their fundraising arm. We use Snap Raise at my school. Hands down, the best online fundraiser out there. It works. And when you go to snapraise.com, they'll automatically enter you in a $1,500 drawing for your next fundraiser. That's snapraise.com. Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards for all the teams, for all the sports, or your school's Hall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Mention this podcast, you'll get a nice discount. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. Athletic surveys. Go to athleticsurveys.com. At my schools, we use surveys for everything, for parents, for kids, for coaches. And the information that comes back is almost always positive, but it also connects you with those squeaky wheel parents and lets you address those small issues before they turn into a big issue. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to help you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. athleticsurveys.com. And we want to thank Huddle. I used Huddle as a football coach. I used Huddle as an athletic director. It's a tremendous product, and it's a lot more than just video. Go to huddle.com to get started. Thanks again for listening to Tech Tuesday. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.